So first question which I have received is how to prepare FR for 70 marks and above. So see, for if you want to prepare for FR and if you want to score good in financial reporting, the main important thing which you need to keep in mind is completing 100 marks. So if you are completing 100 marks, definitely you'll get a good score because it's a practical subject. So be ensure that there are step-wise marking. So for every step you have a mark. So even if your balance sheet does not tally, or even if you get the answer wrong, doesn't matter. But if you have solved it in a correct way as per ICI procedure, or maybe as per some of your coaching teachers steps, then definitely you will be getting step-wise marks and you will be scoring good. So first tip for scoring good in FR is completing 100 marks. Secondly is to have a practice of variety of questions. So for example, if you are doing a consolidation, it is not necessary that you do all the consolidation sums on the last day. You should be very smart enough to know that what type of adjustments are asked in a consolidation, and you should keep a note of them, and then you should practice those adjustments only on the day of exam. But you should be sure of your speed that you will be able to complete that. But as I said, FR, SFM, costing, all these subjects, the tip to score good is writing 100-mark paper and accuracy. So yeah, this is something which this is what I want to tell you. To score a good in FR, you will need to complete 100 marks, and then it's all your accuracy and practice, how good you have practiced. So the second question which we have received is with respect to costing. How to prepare for costing theory, and do we need to write the questions as it is mentioned in module. So for costing, see, I'll tell you, you need not mug up each and everything, but you need to learn the important words and important concepts specified in module. Because see, think from examiner's perspective. So the person who is checking the paper may have done a CA past 10 years, 15 years back. At that time there was no theoretical based costing, so mostly there were practical sums. So he might not be well versed with the new concepts which are introduced in new syllabus. So when he checks paper, he just have two things in his hand. One is your answer sheet, and second is a suggested answer given by institute. Assuming that suggested answer given by institute is prepared as per study materials language, so definitely he will be going through that suggested answer, and then he will be comparing it with your answer. If there is a huge deviation or variation in them, then he won't give marks. It is obvious. So you need to know the important words and important sentences for each concept specified in costing, and you should try to write them as it is. Maybe you can twist some of the sentences by making them simpler or easy, but the ultimate meaning of the sentence should be that what is specified in the module. So only you will get good marks. So yeah, this is my tip for costing. You should try to learn the concepts, important words and concepts specified in the module, and try to make sentences which mean the same as they are mentioned in module. Definitely you will get good marks in cost. So the next question which we have is, I think I can't complete revisions by November 2020. Should I opt out? So this question I would like to explain it in brief. So if you ask me, even I scored rank, but I was not able to complete my syllabus while preparing it. So no one except a few percentage, like 1% or maybe 0.5% of the students in each attempt are able to complete the syllabus and are confidently saying that I can crack the exam. Baki 90% of the people who complete in 98% people never finishes their syllabus. So if you are just delaying your attempt based on your preparation, then let me tell you, my friend, you will never be able to complete CA course, at least CA final course, and you will never be able to get that confidence that I have done all my revisions and I can give exam, unless and until you give a single one group, or maybe you do a multiple attempts, like exemptions in 2 papers and you are giving just 2 papers in next group. Then maybe you may have that confidence. But if you are giving both the groups, and even if you are giving single group all 4 papers, I am definitely sure you won't be able to complete entire syllabus, at least for DT and audit and law on the day of exam. So yeah, preparation perspective, you will be never satisfied with your preparation. It will be every revision will be saying that you need more revision and you need more revision, and it's like a process. But definitely, let me tell you, if you have done at least minimum 2 or 3 revisions properly without any what I mean to say, without any shortcuts, and you have strictly followed your concepts and you have made your notes and you have a last day strategy, then even if you're not able to complete entire revision of entire syllabus on last day, definitely you will be scoring good marks. So your revision strategy of last day should be in place. So even if you have left revising a few of chapters, which I say residual chapters, then it doesn't matter, because in exam they come only for 5 marks and you can sacrifice 5 marks. That can be done. But if you're sacrificing entire attempt, then I guess it's a huge opportunity cost, and I would reconsider my decision and I will definitely give exam. So just because I have not completed my revision, I will not defer my exam. According to me, you should not. You should try as much as you are prepared. Keep faith on yourself and you should try to give your attempt. So the next question which we have is giving exams feasible in this uncertain times? So yeah, so this is very personal and diplomatic question. Like, it depends totally on you. I cannot direct you to give exam. Nor you can ask anyone or see anyone to give or not to give. It is definitely your choice. If you think you should give, then you should. If you think that clearing CA quickly and getting out, and if you are hungry for a job and good opportunities, then you should definitely not be affected by this uncertainty and this thing. But if you are sure, if you have some other plans, like if you are doing CA just as an additional course, or maybe some you have some financial stability at your place, and you have some good articleship or any job where you can continue for the time being in this period, then it's like completely personal choice. But if you ask me, CA exams will be my first preference than any other thing. So whether it's COVID or whether it's anything, I would take all the precautions. I would ensure that I am safe and I clear my CA as quickly as it is, because the earlier you clear, the better it is, because as days passes, it becomes very difficult to get that momentum and clear it the way as compared to when we start preparing in first or second attempt. So yeah, definitely you should not defer this thing. You should focus on giving exams. So next question is, does attempt matters in CA final? So I will divide this question into 2 parts. Initially, does attempt matter in initial part of your careers? Yes, it does. Does attempt matter later part in your careers, maybe 5 years or 10 years down the line? It doesn't. Okay, so initially it does matter, because few of the companies, because it's like a basic calculation. So if you clear your CA, there are not you are not the alone who have cleared CA. There may be 5,000 or 4,000 or 10,000 more CAs who have cleared with you, and the jobs in the markets are limited. Everyone wants good profile and good package job. So definitely to filter out. So as a company, they also want good candidates. So the number of attempts is one of the filter applied by those companies to shortlist good candidates. So yeah, initially, definitely, if you have multiple attempts, many of the companies won't be shortlisting you. So your opportunities will be limited over there if you have multiple attempts. So like, for example, if you have a rank, then all the opportunities are available to you. If you have cleared in first attempt, then few of the opportunities which are exclusively for rankers are not available to you, but other good opportunities are still available to you. But if you have multiple attempts, then also there are multiple opportunities available to you. You need to be smart and you need to be efficient, and you should have that networking to grab those opportunities. But yeah, if you are looking for some good companies where you want to get placed, like if you want to work in consulting, so yeah, definitely they'll see at your rank. If you want to join consulting as a chartered accountant, if you are looking for a PE job, private equity, or maybe joining some management training program of HUL, Aditya Birla, Marico, then definitely they will see your rank, and they also give preference to first attempt. So So it's like you should try to clear it in first attempt or as quick as possible, because the more number of attempts, the better you will get less opportunities. And coming down to next part, if you ask me, after 5 years or 10 years, no one will ask me whether I have cleared my CA in first attempt or whether I was a All India ranker or not. Everyone will ask me what is my worth, what is my experience, what is my value. So after 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line, attempt does not matter. What matters is experience and knowledge, as per my understanding. So yeah, initially it does. Attempt does matter. It plays an important role in your career. It will shape your entire career, and long run it doesn't. But definitely, if see, it doesn't matter. These are just exams. If you have not got good profile, or if you are not satisfied with the job you are getting after clearing CA, there are many other opportunities or study courses which you can do and improve your skills, and maybe you can get job, like doing a CFA if you are looking for a finance job, or doing an MBA if you are looking for a consulting job. And I cannot guide you in this thing. This has to be you need to take you need to take some counseling in this matter with respect to the person who is in that field. So if you want to, if your aim is to be a management consultant, try connecting with those who are in BCG, McKinsey, Bain. Ask them what are the qualities which these people look for when chartered accountants get cleared, whether they see qualifications, what are the requirements, and try to build those skills. Definitely, if you work on some, see, no one can be perfect, but if you can develop the rest of the skills apart from academics. So yeah, you should be smart. You should know what you want to do, and then you should build your skills and profile accordingly. So yeah, that was the answer for this. So the next question which we have is, how do you prepare for both the groups of CA final? So I'll be answering this question, but this answer is not applicable for November 20 exam, because there are just 7 days you study whatever you have planned and decided. So don't listen to this question. Skip on to the next question if it is relevant for you. So this answer is mainly applicable for May 21 and onward student. So see, if you plan that you want to appear for both groups, you have to do a backward calculation like I did. So your exams will be around 1st or 2nd May. So you have April 30 days, February 28, 29 days. We'll assume it 30 days, 60 days, March 31 days of March, 90 days, and January 31 days. So you have approximately 125 days before your exams. Okay, so now you have 8 subjects, so you have to divide this 8 subjects into 120 days, taking into consideration the last 5 days, because last 3 to 4 days you will be doing FR specifically. So you have an approximately 115 days or 116 days for 8 subjects. You have to give 2 or 3 mock tests in this, and you have to do at least 2 to 3 revisions. So all boils down to what is important in this strategy is you should be thorough with what material you will be studying as soon as you go on leave. So for example, if I am going on leave from 1st January, I should be sure that I'll be studying SF from these books, I'll be studying FR from these books, I'll be doing costing or law or audit from this chapter DT. You should be thorough with your material, what you'll be using. You should not change your material. You should stick to that, because if you keep on changing material and keep on doing new things, when you will revise. So my ultimate tip for those who are preparing for both groups in May 21 and onwards is to finalize the material, read everything, whatever is available, whether you want to go to study with study material or your classes notes, or you want to make your own notes. Be damn sure before you go on leave I want to study from this or this, because if वो last में फिर बहुत it creates a very confusing state के, because if you keep on changing material, you will get confused कि ये भी इधर है, ये छूट गया, ये मेरा बाकी रह गया. No, you stick to one, do it completely and keep faith on yourself. You will be able to crack that. So first important tip is to finalize source of studying, and then prepare, whether you want to prepare your notes, how you will be studying it from the notes or books which you have. Secondly, revision strategy. So if you have 8 subjects, first reading almost takes 70 days for all the 8 subjects. So FR takes 10 days for first reading, SFM takes 6 to 7 days, audit and law both together takes 15 days. Then costing takes around 7 to 10 days. then DT takes 10 days, GST takes I guess 8 days. So all comes to boils down to 70 days. So that now this 70 days you have to be thorough, and you have to read everything, like whatever is available on this within your hand, like RTP, MTP, past papers, everything. Do everything, note down whatever you want to study, boil down, make your notes condensed so that it becomes easier for you to focus on those materials only on second revision. So second revision should take less than 50% of your time you have invested in first revision. So for example, first revision took 70 days, then second revision should take 30 to 35 days, then third revision should take half of that, 15 to 20 days. So so in 120 days you will be able to complete entire 3 revisions. You have to incorporate mock test in second and third revision. So that is how the strategy will work. If you follow the plan, and if you are focused, yeah, I'll do this much. If you have decided your goals, and if you keep on following them, definitely preparation will be very easy. You won't get any confusion, but you have to be very clear from first day itself. I will study from this, I will study from that, this is my target, I have to do this, I have to do that. No doubt that it is not possible for you to achieve every goal, but you should keep a buffer time for every subject. So you need to do planning for that. I'll be coming up with a detailed video on how I prepared for my CA course. So definitely I'll be sharing in detail कि कैसे प्लानिंग करना है. Maybe by the end of this month I'll be definitely sharing on how I prepared for the course. So yeah, if you can plan yourself, well and good. I have given you some highlights. If you want more details, then definitely I'll be coming up with another video for that, because it will require lot of time and analysis and discussion in detail. So yeah, I'll be sharing with you all that. So the next question which we have, can I opt out of group 2? Can I opt out of group 1 and appear for group 2 because I have only prepared for group 2? So see, it is personal, it is your choice. You can opt out if you want. I mean, I cannot tell you to give group 1 and group 2 both, or don't give attempt only, because it is all based on your priority and your dreams and your needs. So it is your call. Okay, now I'll just give a highlight of what this opt and opt-in is. So if you have any of the symptoms of COVID, or if the zone is contaminated, or if you have got your family have got COVID, then in that cases you can opt out of the November attempt and appear the balance group in the next attempt. So now the word of caution over here is, see, for example, in group 1 and group 2 there are 4 papers. So if you have appeared for all the 4 papers in group 1 and then you opt out, so group 1 will be considered as an attempt given by you, and group 2 you can appear it in January or February, as the institute says that they will be conducting exams again in January, February. So you can appear for group 2 over there. But if you have appeared for 2 papers in group 1, let's say FR and SFM, and for law and audit you have not appeared, then you cannot opt out of group 1 के 2 papers and opt out of group 2. You will have to appear for entire exam, group 1 and group 2, all the papers in January or February. So be sure that if you are ready with a group, or if you are ready with both the groups, try to attempt it, unless and until it is in unmanageable circumstances based on your health or something like that. But yeah, definitely be safe, be healthy, and keep precautions, because you cannot be more focused and leave your health over there, because if you survive, then only you will be able to earn and gain the respect with the chartered accountant gains. So yeah, that should also be taken into consideration. But yeah, it's your personal choice. I cannot direct you, or I cannot guide you to whether you should give or you should opt out. It's your personal choice. How to retain and remember theory subjects. So yeah, I can very well relate to this, because theory was a pain for me too, especially audit and law, and yeah, even costing, because costing was also theory this time. So see, what I feel and what I have done, and I have scored good marks in costing, audit and law. I got exemption, and even in costing I got exemption. So for theory, what I did, even I was having this difficulty in remembering sections and remembering provisions and remembering answers. So what I did, I made my notes. So I ultimately found that if you write and learn, there is much probability and possibility that your mind will retain things rather than reading it for 4-5 times. So what equation I feel is, if you write and learn once, it is equivalent to 3 times of reading it. So the more you write, the better you get at understanding and reading the subject. The better so there is also an advantage of writing, that your speed improves, your handwriting improves. That will be an added advantage in your exams. So write and learn. Now this doesn't mean you have to write the entire story on a notebook or something like that. Write down important points or important section or important provision and how you should conclude that answer. So to give an example, if there is a question on professional ethics, okay, in audit, so what you should do, you should write down the clause number, कौन सा clause एक question पे attract होगा. Then don't write the provision, क्योंकि provision तुमने बहुत बार पढ़ा रहेगा, वो exam में आ जाएगा. And if you can rote learn it well and good, नहीं होता है तो ठीक है, टूटा मोटा लिख दिया चलता है. whether you can write that or not is manageable in exam, but write down the conclusion part, like how will you conclude. वो भी short में देखो, मतलब like your SMS language, or maybe full language if you want, but write down so that you will know that where you stand and whether you are able to remember or recollect things or not. Because just keeping on learning, I'm definitely sure, if I read something like, say if I start preparing law today, if I read it 3-4 times, definitely by evening I will be knowing everything. Tomorrow morning also I will be knowing 80%. Tomorrow evening also I will be knowing 60%. But as the time passes, maybe 2-3 days after that, 0. I will be knowing nothing. I will be remembering only the few points which are in my mind. So another tip for theory is maximum revision. Keep on reading. Like for example, if you are studying audit today, if you have started audit today, make sure tomorrow morning you at least see it once. Hardly takes, if you have studied one chapter, you have invested 6 to 7 hours on today, make sure that you invest at least 20 to 25 minutes just glancing through that paper, and keep that habit for at least till you are sure that you know this chapter. Keep on doing so, compounding effect. So if you have done 6 hours of study today of a chapter, next day you keep next morning you keep read that chapter, it will take hardly 25 minutes. Then again next morning you read, it will take 20 minutes. Then again next morning you read, it will take 15. Reverse compounding, it will take 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So if you have done this 3-4 times, and if you are doing it continuously for 3 months, definitely you will never tend to forget things. So this is another strategy to remember theory. But yeah, make sure that you know the concept, because in CA final, learn रट्टा मार के कुछ नहीं होगा, because all questions will be new and all will be based on case study. So even if you learn and go exam में रट्टा मार के जाओगे, कुछ नहीं होगा, नहीं लिख पाओगे. सेम क्वेश्चन आएगा तो तुम्हारे फायदा है. अगर कुछ दूसरा क्वेश्चन आ गया, देन अगर तुम्हारा कंसेप्ट क्लियर नहीं है, देन यू वोंट बी एबल टू क्रैक. सो फोकस ऑन कंसेप्ट एटलीस्ट इन CA फाइनल, क्योंकि all questions will be new. You should be thorough with your concepts over there. Is it advisable to solve previous year's question of taxation, since the law keeps on changing? So you try to solve that question based on current law. As simple as that. So for example, if there is an amendment in some question act, and if you have a question which was asked in previous attempt, and the solution for this attempt is changing, so try solving it based on new provision. So there are chances that it may be asked in exam, because amendments play an important role in exam. So no one should have such question. Even if it is a past question based on past law, you should try to solve it based on the law which is in force. Doesn't matter, because at least in taxation, I think बड़ा major amendment होता है तो बात अलग है, but mostly minor amendments takes place, like percentage change हो गया, या some provision has been introduced or something like that. So I don't think it will make much attempt, but yeah, it is advisable to solve past questions so that you will understand the level of difficulty and the level of questions that ICA ask, and you will be better off in facing them in exam if they come. So it is advisable to solve, but yeah, definitely you should not stick to the law which was asked in previous attempt. You should stick on law which is in force. So it's better you keep a note of amendments, and then try to solve if there is an amendment in the question which is asked in previous attempt. Try to solve it as per the new law, and you are done with it. So I don't think it will play a major role. Yeah, according to me, you should solve papers. How to cope up with weak subject? Good question. ऐसा कोई भी नहीं होगा जिसको 8 के 8 सब्जेक्ट अच्छे लगते हैं या जिसके 8 के 8 सब्जेक्ट एकदम परफेक्टली प्रिपेयर्ड है। मेरा इफ़ यू आस्क मी आई विल गिव यू माई पर्सनल एग्जाम्पल। माई वीकेस्ट सब्जेक्ट वॉज ऑडिट। ठीक है, सो ऑडिट वॉज समथिंग विच वॉज अ नाइटमेयर फॉर मी। मेरे को अभी भी डर लगता है ऑडिट से। मतलब एग्जाम आई स्टिल रिमेंबर हाउ आई हैव डन माई प्रिपरेशन। आई वुड हैव रेड ऑडिट एटलीस्ट 10 टाइम्स। ठीक है, उसके बाद भी एग्जाम के दिन आई वॉज नॉट हैविंग दैट कॉन्फिडेंस टू गो एंड राइट पेपर एंड आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू इवन कंप्लीट माई सिलेबस। आई वॉज लेफ्ट आउट विद फ्यू एसेज। छूट गया था, मतलब आई मीन मैंने वैसे ही प्लान किया था कि ये छूटा तो ठीक है, फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा। एंड नसीब ख़राब, एग्जाम में वही पूछे थे। आई वो 3400 सीरीज और वो सब क्वेश्चन आए थे एग्जाम में मेरे अटेम्प्ट में। सो और इट वॉज another hammer on my face during the exam. So how to cope up with that? ठीक है, so see I'll give you a simple example. Do an ABC analysis. ठीक है, A category of chapter जो whatever is your weakest subject, A category chapter कर लेने के। Now what is A category chapter? A category chapter are those chapters in which institute ask minimum 10 से 12 मार्क का क्वेश्चन इन ईच अटेम्प्ट। इंस्टीट्यूट ने हर अटेम्प्ट में 10 से 12 मार्क का क्वेश्चन पूछा। दैट इज A category chapter. You cannot leave that because उसमें से एक क्वेश्चन आने वाला है। बी 10 से 12-20 मार्क। बी कैटेगरी चैप्टर्स और 2 चैप्टर जिसमें से इंस्टीट्यूट क्वेश्चन पूछता है बट उसका मार्क्स फिक्स नहीं है। सो कभी 5 मार्क का भी आता है, कभी 10 मार्क का भी आता है, बट ये चैप्टर से क्वेश्चन आता है। एंड सी कैटेगरी चैप्टर्स आर such chapters which are generally asked in optional chapters, optional question sorry, or are asked in once in a blue moon। पूछा तो पूछा और उसका वेटेज कम है, 5 मार्क्स, 4 मार्क्स, 10 मार्क्स, और वो ऑप्शनल आता है बिकॉज वी हैव एन ऑप्शन। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 में नहीं आता है मोस्टली। So those are C category chapters. Try to focus on A category chapter in your week subject which you are weak. At least you'll ensure that you'll get 40. Then you focus. Once you have done properly A category chapters, go on to B category chapters. Do them properly so that at least you are sure that paper में कुछ आया है, be able to write. And C category अगर if you are not able to complete your syllabus और अगर नहीं हो रहा है C category chapters is the last resort. अगर छोड़ना है तो छोड़ो, but it is not advisable to leave anything. बट स्टिल बेस्ड ऑन पास्ट ट्रेंड्स अगर सी कैटेगरी चैप्टर छूट भी गया और इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू देम देन इट्स फाइन। बट वीक सब्जेक्ट्स में भी ए एंड बी कैटेगरी चैप्टर शुड बी डन। ए एंड बी कैटेगरी चैप्टर शुड बी डन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो या दैट इज हाउ you should divide your entire syllabus based on this ABC category, and then you should try to focus on A and B category in all the subjects, and C category if you are not able to complete it, it's fine. But weak subjects में I have dealt with it in this way, and yeah, definitely I was luckily I cleared audit with an exemption and even law with an exemption based on this strategy, so possible. So the last question, how to tackle distractions while preparing for exams. So this is something which is quite normal. मतलब क्या होता है, we start preparing from December and January, and when the day of exam comes like mid-April, we are finished. मतलब अब माइंड थक जाता है and we are like बस अभी एग्जाम को ख़त्म करें यार, अब हो गया, अब मेरे से पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है। ये नॉर्मल है, सबके साथ होता है। मेरे साथ हुआ था, मेरे फ्रेंड्स के साथ हुआ था जिनको रैंक आया है, मेरे जो फ्रेंड्स हैं जिनको फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में पास हुए हैं उनके साथ भी हुआ था। इट इज़ क्वाइट नॉर्मल बिकॉज वी आर ह्यूमंस। ठीक है, वो कंटाला आने वाला है। इट इज़ कॉल्ड द फेज व्हेन यू गेट बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडिंग। ठीक है, सो बट दैट शुड, सो क्या होता है, इनिशियली वी स्टार्ट विद द स्पीड के वी स्टडी फॉर 10-12 आवर्स नॉन स्टॉप, and then when we do that for 2-3 months consistently, and उसके बाद एक ज़ुप करके ग्राफ नीचे गिरता है। सो उसका रीज़न है। So I understood it quite early, and I was luckily guided by my seniors and my parents in this matter. But I'll tell you what you should do in order to avoid distraction and be focused on your study. First thing, ask yourself why you want to do CA. ठीक है, and keep that fire in yourself burning. जितना तुम अपने आप को रोज पूछोगे ना, मैं क्यों पढ़ रहा हूँ, मेरे को क्यों करना है, why I am going through all this pain, why I am reading all these books, ये मतलब ये करना ज़रूरी क्यों है। सी यू कैन नॉट बिकम अ CA इफ़ यू डोंट लाइक ऑडिट, इफ़ यू वांट कि ऑडिट का पेपर ही ना हो। ऐसा सपने में अच्छा लगेगा, सोचने में अच्छा लगेगा कि ऑडिट का पेपर ही नहीं होता तो, बट उसके बिना तुम CA भी नहीं बन पाओगे। सो यू नो कि यू हैव टू गो थ्रू दिस, सो एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट कि मेरे को उसका पेन मतलब वो पेन फेस करना ही पड़ेगा। ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज टू स्पीक रियलिटी, डोंट बी इन इमेजिनरी वर्ड कि ये कितना बोरिंग है या कितना हार्ड है यार, नहीं होगा, उसके बिना CA भी नहीं बन पाओगे। ठीक है, अगर ऑडिट हार्ड लग रहा है ठीक है, तो ऑडिट अगर निकाल दे ICAI तो बात अलग है, तुम CA बन जाओगे। बट अगर तुमको ऑडिट में इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है या ऑडिट हार्ड लग रहा है, बट तुम्हारे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं, तुमको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, तुम 40 लाओ, 40 ला के निकलो, 40 मार्क्स तो तुमको लाना ही पड़ेगा ऑडिट में। सो यू डोंट हैव एनी ऑप्शन। सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज टू कम टू रियलिटी कि मेरे को ये करना पड़ेगा एंड व्हाई आई एम डूइंग दिस, दैट विल बी अ मोटिवेशन। सेकेंडली, मतलब if you are studying for 10 to 12 hours, make sure that you at least do an exercise for half an hour or an hour. Now that exercise can be meditation अगर आता है तो, if you don't know meditation, go for a walk, listen to music, but at least वो करो। वो भी मैं तो बोलता हूँ मतलब एग्जाम के 10-15 दिन पहले भी करो, अप्रैल में। that will be a mindful exercise. Your mind will get diverted and you will focus more when you sit for study again. And I have done this practically. मेरे साथ कैसा हुआ था? If you ask me, I started in January and at the end of February I was exhausted. मुझसे पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही थी. So what I did, I took a break for 2 days and then I started doing this exercise. I went for walking. I went to play cricket. मतलब रोज क्रिकेट नहीं खेला, mostly I used to do walking only, listening to music. I had a fixed timetable that I go from 6 to 7 in the evening down. I'll do some time pass like listen to songs or just refresh my mind and my body, and then I used to come back at around 7:15. I used to have my lunch and then I used to sit for exam. तो जो last का part था ना, that would be most focused study which I used to have, which I have never had in my past 2 months. ठीक है, so that was something which I have मतलब I have seen myself. So definitely try करो, walk, go for a walk, listen to music, take break. ठीक है, वो ज़रूरी है बॉडी को. It is not you are not a machine. You cannot sit for you cannot sit non-stop and keep on studying. You need break. Take break. Do some mind exercise. Divert your focus so that you will get more focus in your study. But because you are just focusing on your study, your mind will divert you. If you divert your mind will tell you to focus on study and you will study more betterly. So this is how you should avoid this mind distractions which you have. And then last note of motivation. See, देखो सबको पढ़ना है, दिस पेन एवरीवन हैज टू गो थ्रू, बट ट्रस्ट मी, वो जो 6 मंथ्स या 4-5 मंथ्स जो अपन पढ़ाई करते हैं, बस वो अगर तुमने अच्छे से निकाल दिया, ये अटेम्प्ट आई एग्री कि वॉट ये हो गया मतलब बिकॉज ऑफ कोरोना एंड एवरीथिंग, 1 साल से तुम लोग घर पे हो या पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, सो फ्रस्ट्रेटेड होगा. आई मीन आई कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग. आई मीन इट्स अ बैड लक फॉर यू ऑल, बट डेफिनेटली फॉर फ्यूचर अटेम्प्ट आई होप कोरोना भी चला जाए. बट या दो 6 months which you will be getting, put on everything, put whatever you have, all energy, dedication and everything for your studies. Clear it in first attempt. I'll definitely tell you all the hard works get paid off on the day when result come. Especially firstly if you clear it in first attempt with a rank or without a rank in first attempt, the happiness and the feeling which you get कि मेरा 6 months का sacrifice खत्म हो गया, अब मेरे को पढ़ना नहीं है वापस. Secondly, the happiness which you see in your parents' eyes, the way they are proud, the way they call and tell relatives कि हाँ मेरा बेटा या मेरी बेटी CA बन गई है, the way they, उनका आवाज़ ही चेंज हो जाता है यार. If you listen to my dad and my mom when they used to call and say मेरा बेटा CA बन गया, पहले एंड अभी में क्या डिफरेंस है. मतलब the way I can see that happiness on their face, they feel so proud. मतलब मैंने कभी ऐसा सोचा नहीं होगा कि मेरी मम्मी और पापा इतने प्राउड हो गए, बट डेफिनेटली डू फॉर देम. ठीक है, उनके लिए तो करना है, बट फर्स्टली यू CA खुद को करना है ना, तो ही होगा. देयर शुड बी अ ड्रीम ऑफ योर्स दैट आई वांट टू बिकम अ CA. ठीक है, वो ड्रीम को रोज देखते रहो ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट 6 months. दैट विल बी योर सोल मोटिवेशन. तुमको कोई मोटिवेशन की जरूरत नहीं है. सी योर मॉम डैड एंड सी योर सेल्फ कि मेरे को क्यों चाहिए. If you are able to do these 2 things, definitely you don't need any motivation. You will definitely get inner motivation and do this exercise thing which I said. Definitely your preparation will be on a boost and you will score good. ठीक है, चलो, all the best. Thank you for asking questions. If you have any doubts or if you want to speak with me, need some more tips, or maybe if you're having some issues with distraction, or if you need some more clarity, you can contact me on my Instagram or my LinkedIn, or you can contact me on Facebook. I will be definitely be helpful. I'll be definitely I'll have a pleasure to help you all, and I have definitely helped many people. So yeah, my ultimate aim is to, I know, see, everyone studies, public fail किधर होता है? strategy execution में. So my ultimate aim is to share these strategies which a normal person maybe he can think, but he's not thinking because he's not applying his mind in the right direction. So if I gave him some hints or maybe some tips like this ABC analysis का thing, now his mind will start thinking कि इसने ऐसा किया, and he will incorporate something new in that, and maybe he will come up with a much better idea and he will score a rank more better than me. I'm definitely looking out for that. I'm not here for any promotion or anything, but definitely if you like this video and if you think this video answers many of the questions which generally friends or users have, definitely share it with everyone. That will be something I will ask you all from if you think that I have helped you in some or the other way. Thank you guys, all the best. I know you all will be clearing your CA and will be becoming chartered accountant soon. All the best. Thank you. Bye.